No, estoy muy contento de todo lo que está pasando en mi carrera ahora mismo. Creo que esto es una nueva etapa para mi vida y pienso aprovecharlo al máximo.
I am very excited. I think this is this new stage in my life. He's very excited, and I'm gonna take advantage of every opportunity that is given to me, and I can't wait to get going.
What's going on, you guys? Andy Cruz, as we know, has made his way to the professional rankings. Eddie Hearn seems to be ecstatic that he signed arguably one of the greatest amateurs of all time. 3-time gold medalist. 3-time. I mean, the previous guys that we got were 2-time gold medalists, and that was Guillermo Rigondeaux, fellow Cuban, and Vasily Lomachenko, right? 2-time gold medalist. But now here we got a 3-time gold medalist in Andy Cruz. Yeah, hit that like button for your boy. We got some boxing to talk about. Yes, Andy Cruz, right? Very, very talented guy. And I seen in my last video, a lot of dudes seem to be boxing fans get scary sometimes, man. I've been doing this for a long time, even before I came on YouTube. And I noticed that when a certain guy comes around, right? A certain guy comes around, boxing fans start to say this, they start to say that. They start to already downplay the guy. And we know how these things tend to go, right? We know how these things tend to go. But Eddie Hearn, right, seems to be ecstatic about signing Andy Cruz, one of the greatest amateurs of all time.
Andy Cruz, which I think we said off camera, I think he's gone universally brilliantly received. One of the greatest amateur boxers probably of all time, but certainly the man of the moment, so to speak. 3-time world amateur gold medalist, Olympic champion. Good signing, Ed.
Massive. And I have to, give credit to Frank Smith, because he told me a couple of months ago, we're talking to Andy Cruz. I was like, yeah, right, whatever. And then as the time's gone on, we've agreed terms with Andy Cruz, yeah, whatever. Yeah, he's got his visa now. Right, okay. He's signed. Right, he's coming tomorrow. I'm like, I was like a fanboy, because I watched this kid in Tokyo. I saw him beat Luke McCormack. I saw him beat Keyshawn Davis easily. And I was just like, this is just going to be one of those great Cubans that never turns pro and could easily take over the world in his division, but we'll never get a chance. And unbelievably, we've got a chance, and we've got a chance. He's with us. And when he arrived last night, I was like a fanboy. I said to him, honestly, I would put you in any fight at 135 pounds and believe we can win that fight. And it's good, you always hear me ranting and raving about Shakur. He's of that level now. And he's going to start at 10 rounds in July. The way that's been received by the boxing community, he's like a god. We need to push that and make the casual audience as well realise that this kid is unbelievable. Unbelievable fighter, and for me could be our biggest signing ever.
Now, after hearing what Eddie had to say, I mean, he's really ready to move this guy lightning quick. I mean, he's ready to put him in there with guys like Gervonta Tank Davis even.
Community wrapped up with this kid. They're ready to watch this journey. We have to build the profile, because if you don't build the profile, you won't be able to get in the fights, because they become it, and people start using the excuse, oh, why would I fight him? No one knows who he is. That kind of stuff. That's the normal excuse when you don't want to fight someone. And Rigondeaux was exactly that guy. So good, but no one wanted to fight Rigondeaux. You have to make these fighters big enough, make the payday big enough. And I think with Andy Cruz, I've seen it with the momentum from yesterday. I think we'll be just fine.
When will he box for a world title, do you think?
Maybe next year. He's going to box in July. I think he'll box 2 or 3 times this year. 4, 5, 6 fights max before he fights for a world title. He can beat those guys now. Honestly, I will put him in with Tank now, and I rate these guys unbelievably. But it's so good to have a talent like that can mix it with him.
And yeah, could he beat Tank Davis right now? I don't know. But whatever the case, Andy Cruz seemed to be hell-bent on proving to the world that he's the best lightweight in the world. Is Matchroom Boxing the right signing, right? Is that the right move? I don't know. You heard what Eddie had to say. Eddie already acknowledges that sometimes, guys will use certain excuses to avoid certain guys. Most notably, a lot of the Cuban fighters over the years been avoided. Rigondeaux was avoided like the plague. He wasn't a draw. He didn't sell. So they use that as a reason not to fight you. And we've seen this in boxing many times before. Will this be the case for Andy Cruz? I'm not sure, right? Andy Cruz, Eddie Hearn already trying to put him in 10-round fights. I mean, they're going to be moving him fast, similar to how PBC was moving Dave Morrell, another Cuban, right? He got less than 10 fights and he already holding a WBA regular title. So I imagine that Matchroom Boxing Eddie Hearn will be moving Andy Cruz the same way. He has his fight July 10th, as you heard, and we're going to see how he looks, right? There's a lot of the expectations is really, really high for Andy Cruz if you're familiar with the guy, right? A lot of these other guys that I noticed right in the comment section, fanboys or what have you, right? I'll tell you guys like this. We all have our favorites, right? But there's always that one guy that you see that you could use with the eye test. You're like, man, that guy may beat my favorite fighter, right? Andy Cruz could possibly be that guy. I mean, the lightweight division is stacked from top to bottom, right? I mean, we got Devin Haney all the way down to guys like George Kambosos. I mean, the lightweight division is on fire right now. When Andy Cruz comes into the mix, it makes you wonder how a lot of these matchups will play out with Andy Cruz in these matchups in the professional rankings. Because, of course, the narrative is going to be, oh, well, he did all that in the amateurs, but the professionals is a different thing. And, yeah, that is true. But a guy that's damn talented, I mean, come on, right? And it's not like they fighting in the amateurs with headgear anymore, right? They don't have headgear anymore in the amateurs. So they kind of pretty much throwing down. Only difference is, the point system, and they wearing fucking tank tops. But I think his style will translate very well to the professional rankings. He has it all. He's checking all the boxes. I mean, quite frankly, you guys, the lightweight division is ultra competitive. Could he beat guys like Tank Davis right now? I don't know. That's yet to be seen. Tank Davis is the man right now. Tank Davis has a lot of experience, amateur and professional. And, I mean, quite frankly, Tank Davis is the man right now. And then, of course, we got guys like Shakur Stevenson, who Andy Cruz acknowledges that could actually fight for real, right? He don't think too much of Keyshawn Davis, but he thinks pretty highly of Shakur Stevenson. And let's be honest, Shakur Stevenson is the guy that everybody's deeming as the next best thing, right? So, yeah. And, of course, we have Devin Haney, the undisputed lightweight champion. We're not quite sure how long he's going to be at 135, but one would imagine sooner than later he's going to be still mixing it up with some of these guys once they catch up to 140 pounds. But, yeah, man, really, really good news. I'm just excited. I'm excited for the whole division. I mean, we got Frank Martin, we got Isak Cruz, we got Gervonta Davis, we got Devin Haney, we got Jermaine Ortiz, we got Andy Cruz. I mean, if I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I mean, it's just so many dudes. Then we got guys like Edgar de los Santos. I mean, the lightweight division is on absolute fire right now. And I can't wait to see Andy Cruz in the mix. Extremely talented guy. He seems to be a bully for Keyshawn Davis. For the Keyshawn fans, may not be too happy. I'm a Keyshawn fan, but look, man, it is what it is. Y'all got to handle that in the professional ranks. Keyshawn, I'm going to be looking for Keyshawn Davis to be coming for Andy Cruz. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for Keyshawn to try to avoid this guy or not try to fight him. I'm looking for Keyshawn to come after Andy Cruz. Because, yeah, you got me four times in the amateurs, right? You're talking about, my father didn't beat me that many times and all this other stuff, right? So in the professional rankings, I'm looking for Keyshawn Davis. One of his main targets now should be Andy Cruz. That's what I'm looking for, right? I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, he ain't done nothing, oh, this and that and the third. I ain't trying to hear none of that. You got to get back for what he did to you in the amateurs, little brother. But yeah, man, I can't wait. Super excited with the lightweight division. I mean, it seemed like we was losing some steam with the welterweight division, right? But the lightweight division reignited boxing, in my opinion. And Eddie Hearn made a big move, man. Really, really big move. Signed in Andy Cruz. I can't see what he do. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.